right, I think we're rolling. Welcome everybody to the December board meeting for the continuing committee. My name is Adam Barger. I'm the 2025 committee chair and the director of operations. As per usual, let's just go around the table real quick so that everyone can introduce themselves.
I guess I'll start.
Charlie.
I'm Maggie. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I don't know what around the table was, but I was unmuted, so I'm like, all right, I'll go.
There you go.
I'm Maggie Geppert. I'm executive officer. Jadzia Daxate on the forums.
Justin Ford, resistant to speed pile on the board, director of finance.
Charlie Plain, Director of First Edition, Midnight Lich on the forums.
I forgot to name my forum handle. It's abarger7510. All right, let's get going. First up, as always, on the agenda list is approval of minutes from last meeting. Do we have a motion to approve last time's minutes?
I move
Did
to approve.
everybody? I'll second since I wrote them. I didn't know if
Perfect.
anybody had gotten them.
I remember reading them, Maggie.
Okay.
The motion passes. Minutes are approved. Let's start with our department reports. I will go left to right on my screen instead of around the table because it's impossible to go around something that's a straight line. Charlie, let's start with you.
Hello, everybody. First Edition, it's been quiet, but not inactive. We put out All Good Things Traditional at the end of November, and I hope our traditional players out there are having fun with that. We'd love to hear from you because we need to discuss if we're going to do future traditional releases, and we want to know the impact of Premier Traditional and All Good Things Traditional over the last year. So please reach out, speak up, let us know, especially if you'd like to see more of these or if you would not like to see more of these. And then Friday, we released All Good Things Remastered, putting a cap on our 30th anniversary celebration with a few missed goals, but that's the way it works. Life when you're not paid. But yeah, that one was a bit we caught a lot of errors that slipped through proofreading, for which we apologize, but we are grateful to our community for pointing those out and generally being polite about it. And to Jorn, who had stepped up and agreed to do the artwork for this project. He was very patient with us, constantly sending him things to update. Um, but that's out in the world. And our next expansion is called To the Journey, and it is almost entirely missions. It's not entirely missions. There's a few other cards in there, but it's mostly Delta Quadrant missions. It adds a lot of new options for Know Your Enemy decks. It adds some new single affiliation missions to create some possibilities there. And just lots of, when we were working on it, there's about 1 million Delta Quadrant stories that had just never been touched. So we just grabbed a bunch. Delta Quadrant's going to get 2 new regions. That's exciting. One of them has a universal mission. Think PNZ, but not exactly. Um, and yeah, there's a few other support cards in there. You can we'll be releasing that probably in the February time frame, maybe March. And it does contain, I know Kevin mentioned this in his article, but there's a broken link in All Good Things Remastered, which I find absolutely hilarious. But we wrote the card that is broken and it's into the journey, so it will not be long before that broken link is closed and the full functionality of Aid Clone Colony, which turns out never actually worked correctly, uh, will be returned to all of you. In terms of what's coming after that, I know I've done a project report in the last couple months, but we've got three new projects firing. We have Project Latinum, which is a Ferengi booster shot, along the lines of what Life Signs was, although it's much more diverse than that one was. We have Project Rifleman, which is our I had been calling it DS9 Showdown decks, and while we are creating a pair of Showdown decks with it, and it will probably be called Showdown something, um, it's really a seed light way to play DS9. Um, so that's going to be really, really, really nice to just show up and play DS9 without 18 seed cards needed. Um, and then Project Heist, which is our crime and criminals set. Um, and they had asked me if they could play with something that 1E hasn't had in a long time, and I said sure, but you have a high burden of proof on that. So we'll see where that goes and if anything happens. I do not have a schedule for you for any of these because we're trying it a little differently. I basically got all three projects running, and it's not a race or anything. They have as much time as they need, but whichever one is ready to go to testing first will go to testing first. And logically, then it would be the first one out. Uh, but we don't know that for sure. We have a couple other projects that are running and getting things done. But it's been pretty active. Um, I did want to briefly address, there has been a lot of commentary that, we're shoving new Trek into everything, and we've already made all these decisions about how things are going to work. And if only. Um, is a couple new Trek things in To the Journey. And there will be a couple new Trek things in most sets as we move forward. But in terms of us having already decided everything and how everything's going to work, like we have been having nonstop discussions. There are pages of forum threads talking about just about every aspect. And this is not even talking about, like, no one's even looked at what a card looks like yet. Like, we haven't talked about personnel, anything. It's just sort of getting our ducks in a row and building the sandbox in which we will play. Um, so, like, if you're worried about New Trek taking over everything, I wouldn't. Um, our entire philosophy, the philosophy of the entire department is it is a new crayon in the coloring box. There's a word there. It's a new crayon in the box, not throwing away the old crayons and using new ones. So we're going to use it where we can and where it makes sense. And yeah, I'm sure eventually we'll do a lower deck set or a prodigy set. But that's going to take a while. And we want to make sure we do it right and do it in such a way that, you know, players don't feel pressured to use it. If they hate New Trek, they can continue to ignore that it exists on their decks, and that we don't, favor the new stuff with too much power. That's never the goal here. So, um, and no notable news on the Tribbles front. But I hope you guys are all doing well. I love seeing all the tournament reports and the decks get posted. I would love to see photos from events. Tag me in anything that you post that's 1E related. I will be thrilled to read through it. And that's really all I had to add today.
Just one quick question, Charlie. I know there's a lot of interest surrounding the Klingon Civil War Showdown deck that was planned for earlier this year. Can you give us an update as to what's going on there?
Yeah, we did a bunch of internal testing. Well, I mean, I say a bunch, but we've played them several times against each other. We shook out a few flaws. Um, we are planning to put the most updated version um, in front of our testing team this week, because they've been kind of chomping at the bit to have something new to dig their teeth into. So we're going to give them those and say, have at these, um, and that'll be out as soon as I can. I mean, I expect that to be out after To the Journey, assuming things don't catastrophically fail during testing. There's always that possibility. So
Great. Thanks for that update. Let's move over to Justin for the financial report.
Well, apparently I thought yesterday was December 7th, but that's okay. I was able to get all of the quarterly stuff done as we're going into the holiday season. Got all of that taken care of, so I don't have to worry about that as the Christmas shows up. We are looking pretty good. It has been obviously pretty quiet over the last 3 months. Look to the forums for the quarterly announcements this week. We are sitting about 2 years of operating expenses in the bank, so we are pretty healthy going into the new championship season as we start the new year. All good.
Thanks, Justin. Maggie, Executive Officer.
So big news, of course, is we are running up to the period of review time. That's going to start in January. So expect to see forum threads. I'm going to start posting those, locking the old ones from last year, or I guess for this year. I guess it was for last year, and pulling up the new forum threads for the folks who are uh, interested in giving us feedback on 2025. Other things that have been going on, I've been working with Adam on a set of questions to ask our candidate for Director of Organized Play. Adam, I need to chat with you after the meeting today if we stick on. We
Yeah, sure.
finalize those questions for our eager candidate. Yes, we're very excited to have somebody who's raised their hand for that job. Big promo production stuff for me. I've got all of Series U, V, and 25 assembled, and they are getting packaged as this meeting is happening. So I'll be sending those over to Remo. So we'll have somewhere on the order of 30 sets, we've made 30 sets. So with a little bit of, with some production errors, we'll have somewhere around a total of 27, 28 available for our full sets available for our tournament directors. We've got league kits available in the promenade. Not a lot of people have activated the league kits, so if you are interested in running a league for the back half of the league season starting in January, send me a PM and I'll get Marcus, or send it to Marcus, and have him activate your league for you. So I guess it's a little bit of an OP sort of advertisement as well. But yeah, we've been seeing. I haven't gotten a chance to think about the strategic plan much. Have I got that I've been working on? Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to think about the strategic plan at all, which is a super big failing on my part. Also been working on, I guess I should say this, working on pre-planning for Worlds 2025, which will be here in Chicagoland. It's probably, I'm not going to have it at that game store, although Good Games Chicago is a great store and we love them as a location. I need something a little more low pressure this summer, so it's gonna work on securing a venue here in Mount Prospect. There is and a hotel block. There's a Hampton Inn in town that is within walking distance, so about a half mile from where the venue is going to be. And if I can't secure the venue, the Hampton Inn has meeting rooms too. So I'm going to be looking at all of those aspects for the venue. But yeah, I'm super excited to be hosting Worlds here in Chicagoland again. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get, since when in 2021 it was still a COVID year, we didn't get any international visitors. So I'm hoping we can up our attendance from the last time around. So those have been the big things I've been thinking about, and stuff like cleaning out my closet full of Star Trek cards and looking at what can go on the prize table, because there's a lot of stuff in there.
Nice.
A lot of stuff.
Could I real quick give Maggie all of the props in the universe. Um, she is without a doubt the best person I've ever hired for any job.
Aw.
But like she does an absolutely heroic amount of work to make the promos that we make and has been doing it for years and is now doing it solo. And we don't thank her nearly enough. So Maggie, you are a queen and we love you.
Aw. Well, thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that. And I like making the promos. I am sad that my buddy Eric, my promo partner in crime, has moved out of state so that we can't do that. He's gonna come for a visit next weekend. He's like, "Do you want to assemble promos on Sunday?" And I'm like, I'm actually almost done, Eric. What if we actually play some real games while we're hanging out together? He's like, "We can do that?" So yeah, but it's been useful. I'll admit it. It's been very useful being on sabbatical this semester because that's meant that you know, I can get some of my project work done in the morning at home and then just, oh, it's 2:30. I'm done working for the, working on my project for the day. Um, Go watch TV and assemble some promos. So that's been how some days have gone for that.
Yeah, can't emphasize that enough. Thank you, Charlie. Um,
Oh,
yeah,
and I
move,
do have one other shameless plug
plug
for
away.
All Good Things Remastered related. I am hosting an online All Good Things Remastered tournament. Um, Theme is you've got to include at least 5 cards from All Good Things Remastered in your deck. They have to be cards that you can play. There is no shoving of 5 cards into your cues tent with no obvious way to get them out and in play, folks. So come play with All Good Things Remastered. I texted or PM'd Rogue this morning to see if there were any achievements planned. I don't know if there is or not. So, but come play anyway because it's going to be silly fun. I have a stupid deck that I am building right now for this, and I am totally excited about it.
Stupid decks are the best.
Oh, it's so stupid.
And thank you for including that. No obvious ways to get cards out of your queues tend to qualify. That's one of my pet peeves that grinds my gears. All
Yep.
right. Yeah, moving on to myself. Ops department has been relatively quiet. Um, Website is behaving. No additional problems from a hosting perspective. That obviously occupied a lot of the department's attention earlier this year. Maggie kind of just went into what kind of stock is going to be flowing into the warehouse from a Promenade standpoint soon. Most of my attention, this will be sort of a segue, most of my attention has been on the hunt for the next director of second edition. We have down selected to the final group of candidates for that particular job. There was very healthy interest to be the next person to lead that department. And final round interviews are scheduled to take place this week. So I am hopeful that we will have a announcement ready sometime around 1 January. That is where I am at for ops and the search for new board positions, along with Maggie's update on the OP hunt. The only other new business that I have to tee up is with it being December. My term as this year's committee chair is coming to an end. We will go ahead and put out there. Do we have anyone who would like to nominate someone to take over the reins after the period of review is complete for 2025 going into 2026?
I nominate myself. Can I do that?
Sure.
I don't think technically that I can, but it's fine.
All right, I'll nominate you for you, Charlie, so that we can't get accused of breaking any rules.
Nice.
I nominate Charlie for 2026 committee chair. Do we have anybody who seconds the nomination?
And I'll second, but again, there's no, we won't vote on it until after the period of review because we don't want to pick
Oh, if
somebody and
somebody
then
gets kicked
vote
out,
it out. Yeah,
yes, yeah. All right, we
they
will
will.
nominate Charlie, and pending period of review results, we will vote on it when we come back from the period of review feedback.
I gotta say, this is like I am famously constantly stressed out about period of review. And it's still early, so there's plenty of time for that stress to manifest itself. But this is the calmest I've ever felt about it, which probably means it's the year that I will get reviewed out. So finally make peace with my anxiety, and it's like, get the fuck out of here. So anyway,
All right. Do we have any community topics that have come up either on Discord or YouTube or the forum chat over the course of today's meeting? I'm checking the forum right now.
Yeah. Did anybody post this link to the forum so people can be watching it?
Yes, Charlie did.
Oh, okay. I'm
Nothing
not seeing anything on Discord.
I'm not seeing anything on YouTube, so we'll give we'll just give it 1 or 2 minutes. And while we're waiting for any lag, any final topics that anyone would like to bring in front of the committee and the public for today?
I just want to throw this into the universe. Um, I know that historically there's not been like a ton of interest in like holiday expansions, um, but we are currently working on. I don't remember if I've mentioned this or not. We're working on Project Athena, which is planned for International Women's Day of 2027, um, and I'm having fun. And the theme of the set is just cool, badass ladies. Um, if there is another holiday, you know, globally, nationally, whatever that you guys think would be a cool launching off point for a Star Trek set, drop me a message. Talk about it in the thread. Let me know. Um, the one we did this once for Tui, but I always like Halloween based, like a Halloween themed set of like characters dressing up as other things. Um, and I think we did that I remember making a Tui set for Halloween in the restaurant in the hotel at Gen Con with like 8 of us sitting around a table. Um, but I think that there's a lot of legs for that. So, let me know if you think something out there would be like an interesting, I don't mean like if we do a set for Christmas, for example, it would much more likely to be like tradition and gift themed than like literal Christmas. So keep that in mind. Just a general appeal for input. So
Yeah.
We should
Well,
we should do Labor Day and it's totally a buffer time episode only.
oh, I'll tell you right now,
Or Miles O'Brien.
there is there's a reference to buffer time into the journey. I'll tell you that. I forgot about that one. It was a last minute change. So
I'm intrigued now.
we had a
uh,
dilemma that had this perfect theme, and then we realized the image that we picked we'd already used on a promo that hasn't come out yet, so we had to switch it. We're using buffer time.
wonderful. I love it. All right. I don't see any additional comments that have come in on any. Here we go. We have a question about the raffle. Oh, it just disappeared. But I'll address it anyway. The question was, are there any plans for additional raffles in the future? The answer to that is not at this time. The previous raffle essentially cleared out the warehouse from the previous shipping manager. right now, the warehouse at the current shipping manager is basically inventory only for in-stock items. There is not a large amount of backlog that has accumulated in the new warehouse. What has accumulated is actually in Charlie's possession because we plan on using uh, older uh, promo sets to incentivize volunteers for doing arduous tasks like play testing the crap out of things that need to get play tested the crap out of. Uh,
I
that's where we are from a raffle
I
standpoint.
would like to suggest that we do one maybe early in the new year just to celebrate. Hooray, we survived a quarter of a century together. I don't know, but I have a bunch of like I think we could do one if you guys thought it would be a good use of our time. I think we could make them an occasional thing.
Yeah.
Um,
As opposed to regular. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. And honestly, this question has come up more often than I expected it to. So that tells me that there's interest.
I
Yeah,
will go
we'll
through.
take a look at it.
I'll go through the inventory and draft up a list, and then we can decide. But stay tuned because we'll make an announcement so people know it's coming. And I was
And
gonna say do it for Christmas, but
I'm
that's I'm
It's-
not gonna have time. So
yeah.
I'm hoping to find some time over the winter holiday to, depending on how much I prep my classes for the spring this upcoming week. But plan is to clean out. I've got a whole closet full of Star Trek cards, like actually an entire closet full of Star Trek cards that I've been planning to clean out. And so I know that there is some good stuff that could go in a raffle there. I got some all good things. I've got and some of it's going to go on the prize table at Worlds, but not all of it.
good. Thank you for reminding me. All of the March Madness promos did get shipped out a couple weeks ago, so most of them should have arrived by now. If you were expected a March Madness prize and didn't get it, please reach out because every possibility I missed one. Um, but I have heard from people saying, I got mine, I got this. And so they should be in your house or nearly in your house if international shipping is such a question mark sometimes. But
Correct. All right. I haven't seen any additional topics come up um, in the ether, the various sources since that one. So with that, do we have a motion to close today's meeting?
I so move.
I second.
Anyone opposed? Board meeting is closed. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will